Hey, boils and ghouls. It's me, Krystale Noir, your friendly Ghoulie Ghoul next door, and I'm here on behalf of iHorror to sit down and talk spooks with Nikk Alcaraz, the boil behind practical peculiarities. Alrighty. How are you, Nick? Are you super excited to be out here at the Midsummer Scream 2024 show floor today?
Yes, I'm super excited. This is my first time being added with Summer Scream events, so it's bigger than any event I've ever been to.
I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
Can you tell us all what the attendees who stop by your booth, what they can expect to see, shop, and pick up today?
Yeah, so this pop-up is a bit unique. Usually we have our real treats, but everything here is fakery. It's novel. It's we only have like ornaments that are cookies or pies, or cakes. Nothing's edible, but it looks like it could be. So there have been people walking up saying, like, I want one of everything, and then they walk away when we tell them their ornaments, or people get more excited with their ornaments because they could keep them forever. So there's a mixture of opinions about it, but it's going very well.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just exciting that they get to see these sweet treats and take it home and have it for like their Christmas trees
Yeah.
for all Christmases to come. Because all your sweet treats are beautiful to look at and delicious to eat. I can say I've tried some.
And I gotta say, people always ask, "Is it vegan?" And it's always no. But this time, yes, it is.
It's vegan this time, yes, I love that. Love it.
Yeah.
For those who may not know, can you explain exactly what practical peculiarities is and the origin of how this started for you?
Yes, practical peculiarities is magical inspiration for a world of magical beings. That's how it started.
Oh, I love
So
that.
it's always been inspired by the things that I loved when I was a kid, like Hocus Pocus, practical magic, Harry Potter, all those stories kind of inspired me to do this. So practical peculiarities is kind of everything creative. It's DIYs, it's food, it's decor, traveling, all this stuff. But we really do just specialize in food.
Yeah.
And basically, the goal for practical peculiarities. Well, it's a loaded name. Whoa.
Yeah.
Practical peculiarities. The goal for it is to inspire, and it brings me so much joy when people come up to me and say it inspired them to bake or cook, or that it reminds them of when they're doing something with their grandma.
Yeah.
Pretty nostalgic.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Right.
So I think it's safe to assume that the spooky life was bestowed upon you at a young age. What are some spooky things you find most inspiration in? Is it certain Halloween elements or like an eerie horror themed movie or something along the lines like that?
Yes. So my spooky, I don't know, I'd say the peculiarity bug bit me when I was young because my grandmother raised me and she was obsessed with everything peculiar, which is scary movies, all this stuff.
Love
And
that for her.
it just was like ingrained in me. And, I grew up having a lot of anxiety. And the only thing that really cure me or make me calm down was when my grandma put on Halloween movies like Halloween Town, even Halloween, the movie, even though it's a horror movie, it calmed me down.
It's still soothing,
Yeah,
right?
so those things soothe my mind. And going to the store when the Halloween stuff was out, the best feeling ever. And it's still that way. It's just this sense of nostalgia.
Yeah.
So, ever since I was young, that's just been my obsession. And here I am as an adult, still obsessing.
Yeah, for sure. Like it sounds like you're just like a little bit of all of it is what inspires you.
Definitely.
Yeah. Even just walking in like the drugstore and seeing like candy corn
Yeah.
on like the displays with pumpkins around it is just so like exciting.
Exactly. And the smell too. So like the smell of like Michael's, I know it's like so artificial, but when fall happens, oh my God.
Yes, the smell of an arts and crafts store during fall season. 'Cause
Yeah.
even too early they put out pine cones, I feel like.
Yeah.
But it kind of like lends into it a bit, which
Yeah.
is nice. Like I love that big old bin of like pine cones.
Yeah.
And like the cinnamon brooms they have. It's like
Oh, I love them.
chef kitchen.
Exactly.
So good.
So good.
Now I'm curious to know, do you have a comfort Halloween or horror movie? Example, the kind of movie that makes you feel cozy and nostalgic while you're baking, doing a DIY, or just around the house doing chores.
Yes. And okay, I'm going to give you like a few, but
Please
okay.
do.
So my first one is the Haunted Mask, the Goosebumps episode, the Haunted Mask.
Best top tier.
Yeah. That one, Carly Beth and all her antics.
Yes.
Give it to me.
And
Okay.
the second one too.
Oh,
The
yes.
second one
Yes.
is good too.
Yes. Another one is Hocus Pocus. I pretty much wore that VHS out when I was a kid. Another one would be Practical Magic. And after that would be, well, this is more recent, but the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I put that on to work all the time. In the first 2 seasons, they're just my favorite.
So good.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Actually, just stunning too.
Yeah.
So good.
Yes. I got a lot of my interior design inspiration for my apartment from
I
her
can
house.
see that.
So, yeah.
I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
Those are some good ones, especially Goosebumps too.
Yeah.
And I love that. I think it was like Netflix had Goosebumps for like the longest
They
time.
did.
Well, I absolutely love your cooking and baking creations. They're a beautiful blend of spooky, whimsical, and well, just flat out delicious and appetizing. But I have to ask, what is your all-time favorite can't live without dessert? And is it something you prefer to prepare or do you order from elsewhere?
Right. Okay, so I never order my stuff from elsewhere. Let's just say
Yes.
I'm gonna bake it.
Yes.
But here's the thing. I do bake these sweets, but I actually don't eat a lot of sweets.
Really?
When I do, it has to be just a simple chocolate cake. And I just made a YouTube video about my favorite chocolate cake. But it has to be moist, has to have a good fudge frosting,
Yes.
milk, almond milk. Yes. But that is my favorite dessert. But like I said, I don't eat a lot of sweet things.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I do both, but I prefer blander things. I guess not with sweets, but with savory food. Even though you didn't ask, I do love blandish savory food. I do not know why.
Yeah.
But people cringe when I tell them. But just so you can cringe, I do like my things on the blander side.
It doesn't make me cringe. I think it makes sense because it's almost like a balance because you do so many sweet treats, right? So I'm sure when you get to savory food, you're just like, I just want a simple potato chip.
But it's true. And also, I love tasting the raw ingredient of something.
Yeah.
There's something magical about,
Less
it's,
is more,
yeah,
really. Yeah. Lastly, I know we both share a common love for spooky vintage goods and collect vintage pieces. Tell me, are you someone who hits the thrift store frequently, or are you more of an antique marketer? And what kind of things do you mainly seek out when you're vintage shopping?
Right. So I equally love antique and thrift shops.
Yeah.
When I travel somewhere, I like to go to the antique shops more than the thrift shops. For my local thrift shops, I'll go to. What I'm looking for now, antique shops, is vintage Halloween goods. And I usually like stuff from 1900 or 1920 to like 1940. Anything after that, I don't really love. And it gets like too... I know people love kitschy, but it's kind of not my thing. I like that old Denison and Beisel.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's my jam. And the German German paper, what do you call them? Die cuts.
Yes.
Love them.
Those are so good.
Yeah. So they're so expensive now, but like when you find them in an antique shop, sometimes people don't know the value of them. So it's like a score.
Great.
Okay, so instead of trick or treat, we're doing this or that. So this is just a rapid fire game. I'm going to say 2 things and you just have to shout out of the cannon, say pick one, okay?
Oh my God, my anxiety is
ready,
already
Nick?
happening. Yes, we're ready.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
First one, Hocus Pocus or Practical Magic?
You did it. You did it. Hocus Pocus.
All right, pumpkin spice flavor or apple cider flavor?
Pumpkin spice.
Paper mache pumpkin pails or vintage plastic blow mold style pails?
Oh, paper mache for sure.
Okay. Buttercream frosting or cream cheese frosting?
Buttercream.
Spiders or bats?
Oh. I love them both. Okay.
You hate me so much right now.
Right. Let's do spiders. I'm friends with spiders.
Okay, spiders.
Yep.
Pumpkin pie or apple pie?
Pumpkin.
Okay. Scary stories to tell in the dark or Goosebumps?
Scary stories to tell in the dark.
Good stuff. Good answer. Caramel corn or kettle corn?
Caramel corn.
White chocolate pumpkin shaped Reese's or traditional chocolate pumpkin shaped Reese's?
Traditional white chocolate could jump off a cliff.
You on that one? I agree. Yankee Candle Halloween or Bath and Body Works Halloween?
Yankee.
Yes, all the way. Yes. Pumpkin picking or apple picking?
pumpkin picking.
I don't know why
I could
I always want to say pumpkin patching.
pumpkin patching.
is not a word.
That's a good one. You should coin that.
I should.
Let's go pumpkin
I
patch.
always want to say apple picking or pumpkin patching. Let's go pumpkin patching.
I love it.
Okay, hayride or corn maze?
All right. Hey, Rod.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last one. I put a spell on you or monster mash?
Oh, I gotta say, I put a spell on you. Winifred's my favorite. So.
All right. Thank you so much again for taking the time to sit down and talk spooks with me today. Can you share with all the boils and ghouls tuning in all your social plugs? That way they can keep up with you and all the creepy and kooky creations that you conjure up.
Yes, thanks for having me. So people could follow me on all platforms at Practical Peculiarities or Nikk Alcaraz if you type in my name. That's Nikk, Nick. Yes, find me, follow me, and have some fun.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. And I hope you have a spooktacular, spooky season.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.